Hi, I go by the name ANG Muda, and this is an episode of Anging with ANG Muda. This is the post-game reaction between Manchester United and Arsenal. Hey, they don't beat us. They don't beat us. It was a hard-fought game, but right here I have Saeed Omar with me. And Saeed, I want to know your view or take about this game. What do you see in this game?
This game showed promise. First game of the season against Arsenal. We didn't do well last season, and majority of us felt very sad. And in fact, playing Tottenham in the Europa League final, we thought that was our opportunity to get to the Champions League this season.
Yes.
I haven't said that coming into this game, I wasn't expecting much, but I think the players they did very well. I saw Buemo, I saw Dogu, I saw Querna, I saw a couple of players there. They showed promise, but the only thing that was just missing was just that final cut.
The finishing touch.
That was the thing that was missing. The finishing touch was really missing for us today.
Um, Aside from that, the goal that we consider, which was the first corner of Arsenal, is a team that we know that they've been really good in corner kicks. Even last season, they scored a lot from corner kick. I think in Premiership from last season to this season, they have the amount of goals scored from corner kicks in the season. And for managers, for coaches, they must have like watched different videos of Arsenal. They must have seen how they position themselves for corner kicks. They must have seen how good they are in the area ball. This is the normal training they should give the goalkeeper. Like, okay, you know what? This is how they're going to come at you. This is where the defender is going to come and try to like bully you to the ball. This is how strong he has to be able to push the ball. Having done all that, having done all your assignments before the game, and the coach already chooses for you to be the first goalkeeper of Manchester United against Arsenal in Old Trafford, and doing that horrendous mistake. To me personally, I feel like none of our goalkeeper is even worth it in Man United. What's your take in regards to Bayinda?
That was absolutely very sad for a goalkeeper of a top class club like Manchester United. We've always said this: for a team to win the league or win any trophy, you need an outstanding goalkeeper. We cannot afford to continue to make such errors at the back that will cost us so many games. Just like last season with Onana, so
Yeah.
many errors. Yes, there were some times where he showed promises. He
Mm-hmm.
made some couple of good saves, but the thing is that we need consistency. So in that particular department, I feel like as a club, we need to definitely dig deep and get a better goalkeeper if we want to do anything this season at all. And I felt like that particular goal was very sad. I would expect that a goalkeeper in a top class club like Manchester United, you should be
What are
able
you
to have
doing?
a little bit of aggression in your hand, just trying to keep it simple here. But come on, that was no, that was unacceptable at all.
Ah, why even pay me pass? They say they don't chop my money. I promised my brother, because my brother is a big Arsenal fan. I already promised him that if anything, if Arsenal should win, the money I'm supposed to pay him, I'll double it for him. Thinking that that way I cannot even give him nothing. But now I have to double the money. It's so painful. And one thing about Man U is that yes, they show some signs of brilliance in the front today. I won't say brilliance. They show some signs of like better team than last season in the front, because brilliance now means they score and everything, which they
Correct.
didn't. And players like Cunha, he came up short a little bit today, but you can see his aggression, you can see the way he's bringing the ball and everything. And in BMO too, it shows signs of like, okay, this is like top striker. We've missed the whole idea of having strikers or attackers that actually impose themselves into the game, even though it started with the first nine. Now, my next question for you is what role do you think Bruno Fernandez should play in this team? Do you feel like his positioning among the sitting midfield, the two midfielders, is the best position for him to play now, or should he be moved forward?
Bruno Fernandez, he did well today, but I think he should. Now, I want to do a little bit of comparison. When I think of Bruno Fernandez, I think of someone like Tony Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
Last season, we didn't have too many wingers that could push forward like Mbuemo did today, like even Dogu did,
Yeah.
and even Cunha, what they did today. But since we have those players now that we feel confident that they will be able to push forward. So at this point in time, I would expect that Bruno Fernandez should be able to sit a little bit in front of our defensive midfield. I would want to see a Bruno Fernandez play a little bit more like a Tony Cruz, whereby he's able to track back, go and charge the ball from the defenders, whereby he's able to distribute the ball to our midfield, to our wingers, even to the strikers. Yes, every now and then you expect him to be able to push forward. But today it was a little bit too forward because we already had Mbuemo there that was already doing an excellent job.
Yeah.
So now for him moving too much forward is creating vacuum or space for us in the midfield. And now if we are to play a better team, if he does that, that could actually affect us.
To expose the difference.
That's exactly where my issue is, especially where Casemiro is not the Casemiro of 8-7 years ago when he was at Real Madrid.
Yeah, it was class then. It was class then. And man, this game, man, I don't even know. It's the game.
Crazy. I have a question for you too,
Okay.
Buddha, because just looking at this Manchester United team, we showed promise today.
Yeah.
Just first game of the season. We did the same thing last season.
Yeah.
We showed promise in one game. This next game we lose that. It was a little bit sad last season. So that's even by the way. But just looking at the team you saw today,
Yeah.
do you feel like this team will be challenging for the top 4 this season? I don't think the team will win the trophy, honestly speaking, but the top 4, do you think so?
Firstly, Man United, Man United, but be like Konami. Sometimes you can bet and it brings double six. And sometimes it will bring odd number for you. But overall, I know Man United, they are very inconsistent. And that's one of the major problems that we the fans have in regards to that. I know that we're not going to win like the Premiership or anything. But with what I've seen, and like you said, if Bruno actually play more like a central midfield and just leave Cunha and Mbeumo to like be off front, so that way they can really partner. He can really partner with either Casemiro or Ugarte, whoever is playing midfield with him. I see Man U fifth or sixth. But if we can get a goalkeeper before the transfer window closes, yeah, I think Man United can go for top 4. I think Man United can go for top 4 because in other aspects of the game, they're better a little bit than last season. You have players that actually want to play for the badge now.
Right.
Before we have players that just want to play for maybe for their business or for Instagram or stuff like that. Those kind of players that they are toxic to the team, and we don't have those kind of players anymore. I don't want to mention his name because there are a bunch of them, and their fans will come. They will be attacking me now. Yeah. So, but at least we've getting rid of most of these toxic player in the team. So moving forward with the kind of squad that we have now, and if we can get a good goalkeeper, like Donnarumma is free now, stuff like that. So if you can get a good goalkeeper, yes, I think Man United can go for top 4.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, I love that. I have one more question for you, but before that, I agree definitely. I think we need to fortify that goalkeeping position if we want to do anything this season at all. For any team to win the league, I mentioned that earlier. The team definitely need a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And another thing is that just looking at the team today, we were, even though we played the false 9 earlier in the game. Before Sesko came in, we had a lot of clear-cut chances where you would feel like if we have someone who has an out-and-out striker mentality, we could have easily probably gotten one goal. Reminds me of when we had the likes of Van Nistelrooy.
Yeah.
So maybe if we have someone that can be a box-to-box number 9 for us, maybe we will be able to even go somewhere further this season. Do you think we have someone right now that can be that type of player?
I think Sesko has the potential. The only thing I have to be honest is that being a striker in Bundesliga, nothing against the Bundesliga, and being a Premiership proven striker is 2 different ball games. And we've seen the different examples over the years. We have Nunes that was scoring a lot when he was playing in Portuguese league, and he came to Premiership, is like a flop in Liverpool. And now they just want to get rid of him by any means necessary. And it's not just him. Man United have bought striker in the past too that we were thinking that they're going to turn up when they come to the Premiership. And Premiership is a different ballgame. The defenders are as fast as the strikers. So you have to be technically gifted and have a good positioning. Him is tall. He has a good physique. And one thing that I like so much about any striker is that your first touch is very important. You have to have a good first touch. For the little cameo that I see today, he have a good first touch. So definitely he should be our number nine, boss striker, number 900%. At the same time, you have to have a backup option. That's why I think selling Ramos wouldn't be a good idea, or loaning him would not be a good idea because uh Yoruba used to say that what did they used to say? Be like ìyàwó tuntun tó mú wáyé kò yẹ kí orí fi mọ àǹfààní tó nílé tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. So
Correct.
the new player that we bought now it makes us feel like, oh, we don't need this person anymore. That one is going to solve all our problem. I don't think so. I feel like we should still leave Rasmus. At the same time, we're starting with Sesko. I believe in him. He might not be able to get a lot of goals, but if Man United striker can get double figure, at least 15 in Premiership, that goes a long way. That will definitely put us to top four because we have no striker that have scored 15 in the past couple of years now. So no one has ever scored 20 aside from Cristiano Ronaldo that scored 18, I believe so. There's no striker ever since Robin van Persie that have scored 20 goals for Man U in a season. And you competing with Man City that have Haaland that's going to get you 20 goals no matter what. You're competing with Liverpool that have Salah that's going to get you 20 goals no matter what. You're competing with even Newcastle. Now they might sell Isiak, but this is the striker that will get you 15, 16 goals in a season. So I hope he's able to get us a couple of goals. But yeah, I trust the guy. I trust Yesko to do that.
So it looks like we're aligned a little bit. So the goalkeeping department, yes, we need to do something
Yes.
there. Around the midfield, we talked about Bruno Fernandez, which I definitely agree. Some work needs to be done there, and also in the number 9 position. So overall, yes, we can say it was a fairly good game for us. And looking at what went wrong in this game, I would definitely say we didn't take so much of our chances. And
Mm-hmm.
even though Arsenal was a little bit below par today, we
Yeah.
definitely have to give it to Gabriel and Saliba.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely worked well today. They were able to stop us, even though there was some chances here and there. There was some flair here and there
Yeah.
from corner, even though that didn't materialize into anything at
Anything.
all.
Mm-hmm.
But just one final question for you. Muda, what do you think went wrong today? I mean, about 60 something percent ball possession. Arsenal had 30 something percent. You would expect that we should at least get a goal. We
Mm-hmm.
couldn't do that at all. What went wrong?
Yeah. In as much as I feel like the goalkeeping error is what cost us the game, we still have to talk about Man U putting the ball inside the net, and that have been a problem even under Ten Hag. It didn't just start today, and I feel like it might take a couple of games. I'm glad that we have teams like Fulham on bowling to play for our next two games. At least we can test our attackers this time around. But what I think really went wrong is that if you set up a formation in your first season, which is supposed to be like a clean slate for Amorim, if you set up a formation that okay, this is what I want to start with, you should it doesn't matter who you're playing against. You're playing at home in your first game. It should be more attack minded than defensive minded. Yes, I won't take away the fact that our keeper made a mistake and it cost us the game, but we didn't show enough threats. Yeah, we held possession pretty well, but we didn't show enough threats. I feel like if he had started someone like Ahmad, it would have give us more chances because Ahmad was shooting. Even though he didn't score, but he shoot. We don't have that from Dalot. And Dalot doesn't even know when to run forward. He's good defensively, but he doesn't know when to run forward. As Man United playing your first game at home, you have to give it all in. You have to go all in. And that's one thing that Amorim still needs to work on in the next couple of games now. That you guys have to score. It doesn't matter that we concede goal. Now you have to put the ball in the net. Hopefully you'll be lucky enough because, like you said, players like Cunha, he had a chance. Dogu hit the bar. BMO, the keeper did very well and saved the ball too. So we need more like that from there. If they can be consistent and put the same kind of performance against Fulham and against Burnley, definitely they should get a goal. Definitely.
Absolutely. Especially if we want to be able to continue to incorporate a 3-4-2-1 formation.
Yeah.
So in that four, where you have four people there, you have Dogu on one side. On the right side, where we have someone like Dalot, I think it was below 50% for me today. It was below average. Yes, we saw a couple of dancing dashes here and there from Dogu on the left
Yeah,
side, but
yeah.
on the right side was somewhat of the missing link because on the right side, the only person we saw there was in Buemo. So definitely in that type of formation, you probably would need someone like Ahmad. But the question now is, what if Ahmad gets injured? It goes
Hmm.
to African Cup of Nations. So who covers Ahmad? That will probably bring me to maybe we need someone to
Yeah.
come in and who do you have in mind?
For me, I would say Dumfries for Inter Milan. I don't know what the department that are in charge of like signing players for Man United. I don't know what they're actually in what they always search for because the agency is just wrong. They have players like Dumfries that's available for 25 million. So that's his buyout clause. Even if you give Inter Milan 30 million, they're willing to sell you this player. And he's a mature player that will be playing right wing back all his life. That's his natural position. He's way better than Dalot. He can actually even bench Ahmad because he's that good and he can score goals. So for a whole 3 months, you guys didn't think of okay, this is the formation we want to play. This is the better player that suits this formation and bring in that player. That's another mistake that we did. And it's a cheaper option. Dumfries, we should have gone for it, but I don't think Man United will go for him now. And another person that I think that can really play that wing, but I don't think he's a natural right wing back because most teams don't play 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1. Most teams don't play it. So you probably need to buy a right back and probably convert them to like wing. But either way, I still feel like Dalot is not the right player for us. I must still go for let me see. Let me see another two that's like really good. The guy that plays for Bournemouth, I can't remember his name right now. He's a right back. I know is it Kekes or something that plays right left back for them. Liverpool just bought the guy. But there's another a different guy that plays two for them. He's really good. I know the Nigerian right back. He's good overlapping too.
Absolutely.
He has experience in Premiership. He played for Nottingham Forest. They were fourth last season.
Right.
Defensively, he's solid.
Right.
And he knows how to cross. Another problem that I have with Dalot cannot cross to help his own life. My grandma can actually cross more than Dalot. He can't cross to save his life. And there's no way you playing for a big team like Man United and you can't cross in ball.
Right.
You can't put in ball. We can play 90 minutes and you only have just one time that you cross in the ball. There have to be ball in. If you don't put the ball in the box 18, you're not giving your striker chances to score. You're not giving defenders to make mistake because you're afraid to put the ball in the net. Mpiemo just played the first game for Manchester United. At least he put in more than 3-4 crosses in the box 18. That's what you need. And if you're gonna have a good right back, you don't have to be the best, but you have to put in the ball in.
Absolutely.
Eventually, yes, you mature to your position and probably be the best in that position. But Man United needs to improve on that.
Definitely. For a 3-4-2-1 formation to work, you need absolutely good fullbacks that will be able to track forward. Reminds me of the likes of Valencia, Patrice Evra, old Manchester United. I hope we'll be able to get something like that. But it has been absolutely wonderful, Injamuda.
It's nice to have you here, guys. I catch you guys on my next episode.